We've got Rosa Salih, who was a founding member, sorry I've got somebody else's teeth in today, who was a founding member of the original Glasgow Girls. So I'd like you to give her a big warm welcome to Rosa!
Hello Glasgow, thank you so much. Hi, I'm Rosa Salih. Actually, you might know me as a Glasgow girl. I'm here today to speak about the Kurdish people and their struggle for independence. Similar to Scotland, I was born in Kurdistan and brought up in Scotland. I came to this country running away from persecution. Members of my family were executed for fighting for democracy, freedom, and justice for Kurdish people. So I know all about freedom and how hard it is to fight for freedom and independence. I actually voted for yes in the independence. This might be your first time to hear about the Kurds, or you may know about the Kurdish struggle. Scotland and Kurdistan are very similar in many ways. Independence is one and a dream of both of us.
Yes!
For generations, the Kurdish people have fought for self-determination. They are actually amongst the largest nation in the world. 40 million people are divided within 4 or 5 countries: Iraq, Iran, Turkey, Syria. We are oppressed in all of the states that we're in. We're fighting for freedom and justice right now. There's a revolution happening in Rojava, in Kurdistan region of Kurdistan. The people of Kurdistan, and particularly Rojava, have heroically resisted the brutal assault of ISIS. You might know in the news about the terrorist group of Islamic State. Provisions should be put in place to cater for the people of Kurdistan, namely those who's been affected in Shingal, where the people were stuck in the mountains without food or water. The Kurds have fought bravely to defend their homes and towns from invasion and their lives. Women have played a key role in this revolution, which is very important for us to know. They are in the front battle fighting ISIS. The Kurds deserve our support in the fight against ISIS and the right to democratic self-determination and to live securely and free from oppression. Scotland has a proud history of international solidarity with liberation movement. And now it's time we show it to the Kurdish people. We want independence. Kurdistan wants independence. Let's unite together. We have a stall today in the center of George Square, Freedom Square. So if you want to come, sign up, unite with us. This is our struggle. Uniting is better. We're stronger together. I'll end up with a note of Nelson Mandela, because in the South African Revolution we united with them in Scotland. He said, "We know what it means to be oppressed in your own country. We know the pain of mothers whose child has disappeared. We know what it means to have your nationality and culture insulted. I am one of you. I am one of you with the struggle for independence and your own right." Thank you. I'll end up with that. But please come and join our stall. And I hope that you search up with the Kurdish people and join the cause. Thank you so much.
Put your hands together again for Rosa! Brothers and sisters, I think that contribution reminds us, if we need any reminding, that it doesn't matter what colour you are, what creed you are, what religion you are, what nationality you are. We are all part of the one race, the human race. Let's remember that, brothers and sisters. Our next speaker is a man who I had the pleasure of sharing the platform with on several occasions during the referendum campaign. Please put your hands together for the founder of the Comet Wheel Project, Robin McAlpine.
Right folks, can I start by saying just a little bit that there's always a little controversy about this group and these people, which I think is a terrible shame. I think we have to reach out across divisions and borders, and I want to say to absolutely everybody that I mean no disrespect to anybody by being here today. Never go anywhere to provoke or to cause trouble, but to reach out and engage. Now, I met a lot of you. During the referendum campaign. You mean a lot to me. We spent a really amazing 2 years together, and sometimes I find it really hard when someone tells me that I shouldn't come and talk to you. So I say again, I mean no disrespect to anybody, but I'm delighted to be here today to talk to you. This movement, this big, crazy, chaotic, diverse movement is going to win Scotland's independence, and even more than that, it's going to win over the people of Scotland. And the way it's going to do it is because we're going to move forward together, joint hands, reaching across our divisions and no dwelling on them. That is the future for our movement, and that is the future for Scotland. So all of that said, who's voting Labour? Nobody. Have you not seen the papers? That means yous are no patriots. Gordon Brown says if you don't vote Labour, you're not a patriot. And he calls us the flag-waving idiots. What a piece of nonsense. I don't care what anybody in this country votes. You're a patriot as far as I'm concerned, and I'm happy to have those differences. But let's bring those differences out. Let's look at those differences, because we did offer hope in that referendum, and hope matters a lot. But I want to talk today about fear. We sometimes feel a bit bad about the no voters, but don't feel too bad about them. You can't be angry at some granny that got a phone call from a plausible sounding lad who was paid to phone her and tell her that if she voted yes, she'd lose her pension. She'd already got the lowest state pension in Europe. She was already struggling to make the ends meet to pay the bills. How can we condemn? Or the young boy who's struggling to find work, can't get out of his mum's house because he can't find any wages, told that if he votes no, yes, he'll never get a job. Well, if he was scared, can we blame them for that? I'll tell you who we can blame. We can blame all of us, because if every one of us created a society in which people are feared to live their lives, then we have the responsibility between us to change that. And that is the thing that I want to say. We have a big responsibility. We marched around Scotland and we told them that we could create a better country. So now we have to hold ourselves to our word. That was our word, that we would make things better. We have to take the fear out of the lives of the low paid. We have to take the fear out of the lives of the retired and of the young. We have to create a society in which people live happy, secure lives. We are going to face dirty politics. Anyone that's new to politics, politics is dirty and sometimes you lose. So let's shake it off and let's go. Let's not get intimidated by them. And can I just say to you today, on the 20th anniversary of the first episode of Father Ted, can I say, I know that's like really gets me excited too. Can I say, as a mark of respect, Institute of Fiscal Studies, feck off. Our society will no longer be measured by the rich. It'll be measured by how we treat each other and what we create. Now, everybody asks me, when's the next referendum? Well, there's a couple of things that could maybe make it happen sooner, could maybe make it happen quicker. But we have got to be a mature political movement, and we have got to accept that that next referendum must come at a time when we can make it happen with our own hands. And the first time I think that we can make that happen with our own hands is 2020. It could happen earlier, but we can make it happen with our own hands in 2020. Now that gives us 5 years. And I know a couple of you have said to me, oh, that seems an awful long time away. Your arse, it'll be a blink of an eye. We have got so much to do. So for us, look around. We did amazing things in that referendum, and we were amazing people. We really were. He says, pouring water all over himself. We were amazing people, but we were not good enough. And I'll tell you how you can tell we weren't good enough. We didn't win. So what we've got to do is keep working on our skills, keep learning, keep building, keep making those connections, and keep reaching out. But more than that, we need to put the pressure on our leaders, because they stood behind us, and I'm telling you, that was the referendum. The leaders stood behind you and not the other way around. So I want to say this to all the leaders of Scotland: don't make liars out of us. We said we wanted a better and different Scotland. We have got 4 years of Scottish Parliament from 2016 to 2020, and we have to live up to our words and do everything that we can with whatever powers we have to make Scotland that better place. That place where people don't have to live in fear, where they can live in confidence. And I am absolutely certain that come 2020 and that second referendum, when we look Scotland in the eye and they are confident and they are no longer scared, and we say to them, are you ready now? They will say quietly back to us, yes, we are. So it's no long now. They tell me Channel 4's here. It's great to notice that London's discovered Scotland. And I can tell you, because I spend quite a bit of time with London with the really good left folk down there, that they are delighted that a movement of working people has risen up and has challenged the failed, broken politics of Britain. So all we have to do now is carry ourselves like we said we would. Put every single ounce of effort into doing everything that we can to make people proud of this movement because of what it did for people. So that's what we are here for, to tell Scotland it isn't over, and the next step in our task is to make our society a society fit for people ready to vote yes. I don't care whether you're a patriot. I just want to see people with compassion for their fellow Scot and a determination to do it. My God, you're those people.
Let's hear it for Robin McAlpine! Brothers and sisters, I've been asked to, for a couple of minutes, try and keep you occupied because there's a few wee amps here. Because our next live performance is a band called the Carlton Jug Band. Let's hear it! But because there's so many of them, they need to get the wee amps plugged in. So I'm going to make a couple of announcements. There are going to be official collectors coming among you with sealed buckets, asking you to make a donation towards the staging, the PA, and put it on today's event. Please, if you can donate, give generously. If you can't, don't worry about it. That's not why this is free. So if you can't afford to, don't worry about it. Don't feel uncomfortable. You know, Channel 4 was mentioned by Robin McAlpine. They just did a wee interview with me round the back, and they said, but Mr. Sheridan, you seem to be talking about independence a lot. This general election is not about independence. And I said, well, we had our independence referendum and we narrowly lost it. However, the dream cannot be killed. We are determined that we will still achieve our independence. We are on the path to independence. We've just had to take a wee detour. And guess where the detour's taken us? We're going to go via Westminster. That's what we're going to go. brothers and sisters, I think they may be ready. Put your hands together for the Carlton Jug Band.
Hello everybody. Now, I suppose it's a bit of confusion. A lot of folk seen all the cowboys down at this end of the square instead of up at that end, but maybe that's a bit cheeky, I don't know. Fantastic turnout here. I'm pretty sure there's a freedom train a-coming. I can hear it. I know it's a-coming.
And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, 'cause I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. I've been dragging on. Well, I hear that whistle blowing way down the San Antonio. I was just a young boy, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. I shot around the window, watching back. I hear that whistle.
Finish off a very short set with song about our favourite tailors. This one's called Jackson. And this features the lovely Leslie O'Brien here.
Hello, Leslie.
And of course the lovely Carla Cossamini too. And the lovely Lisa, three lovely Smiths. The rest of us are all old jugs. Old jugs. Rachel. Come on boys, spark it up now. If you don't join in.
We got married in a river on the Pepper's round. We can talk about Jackson, ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson, I'm gonna mess around. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson.
That's what I'm going.
The difficulty is, the back of the stage is jumping as well. I sometimes think there's as many behind there as there is in here. Listen folks, we applauded earlier the 150 bikers from Bikers for Yes. Let's now hear from the organiser, Craig from Bikers for Yes.
Hello. These are some of my helpers for the day. This is Colin. Chris. I made a speech up, but I think I might just wing it. Some entrance though, eh? Aye. I'm Craig, I'm from Stirling, I'm a support worker. And like you all, I campaigned for independence during the referendum. As Colin here, with this wee knoll bag, didn't he? Exactly. I didn't meet him until after the referendum, or it would have been a different story to be honest. But he now helps me now run Yes Bikers. So he's converted eventually. He woke up to the lies of the BBC and the mainstream media. I started Yes Bikers during the referendum because I wanted to get bikers from all over Scotland, from Gretna to John O'Groats, to come and campaign, join together and ride for independence. I kind of succeeded a little bit, but we got everybody eventually. We actually had a guy the day doing the same run we did, well, same distance run we did in Switzerland, alongside of us, because he couldn't make it here the day, sadly. What have I written here? Anyway. I wanted to mention my friend Jerry. He was in an accident just before Christmas. A van lost control and he collided with it and died instantly. We wanted to mention him today because he would have loved to have been here with us. He would have loved to have been here on the run. He was an avid biker and major supporter of Scottish independence. Sadly, he couldn't be here today. His parents have wished as well. We really miss him, and as you know, we wish he could have been here. But after the referendum, well actually during the referendum, the night I sat up, even though I started work at 7 in the morning, I sat up and watched it all. And like you all, I was devastated. I was absolutely heartbroken by the result that came in. And I thought that was it, but it's no. We've still got so much happening. I mean, we've got folk waking up, not over just in Scotland, but the rest of the UK saying it's not alright. It's not alright to belittle us anymore. You can't take the pee. My bike. Try to watch my language for the children.
I'm growing up.
What was that?
Oh, it's something that
Anyway, before we start getting into a big conversation for the rest of the crowd, I'm just happy to be here. I hope you enjoyed our little entrance today. It was a bloody good one. Absolutely fantastic. Couldn't have got a better day. The skies opened up, sorry. The skies opened up for us. It was meant to be absolutely howling it down with rain today, and obviously the gods are in our favour. So, thanks for letting us chat. Hopefully we'll be at the next rally and we'll see you all there. Have a good day.
Keep supporting the bikers, bro. Let's hear it for the bikers for Yes! It was a bit difficult for me to introduce the bikers there because I was quite emotional, because it looked as though I was losing my wife there because she was on the bikes, and apparently she's been invited to go to India for a year, but she's promised she's not going to go, so that's all.